Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the.
I mean, it's uncanny. So yeah, I would think. I mean, battered, both battered, exhausted. Like, you know, it was a brutal.
Teófimo López's loss to Shakur Stevenson was not just another defeat on the scorecards, it became a frightening reminder of the brutal reality of boxing. What unfolded after the final bell shocked fans, analysts, and fighters alike, as reports surfaced that López was taken to the hospital with a serious eye injury following Stevenson's dominant performance. From the opening rounds, Shakur Stevenson imposed complete control over the fight. His timing, footwork, and precision striking left López struggling. Struggling to find answers. As the rounds wore on, the damage began to visibly mount, particularly around López's left eye. A deep cut opened early and only worsened as Stevenson continued to target it with pinpoint accuracy. By the later rounds, blood streamed down López's face, painting a stark picture of how punishing the bout had become. Despite showing immense heart and refusing to back down, López was clearly compromised. Each attempt to rally was met with sharp counters, stiff jabs, and well-placed...
Serious health conditions. What kind? I don't know. He didn't go into specifics, but I think he posted this video to show the severity, the seriousness of
combinations that further aggravated the swelling and cut. The injury was far from superficial. Ringside observers immediately noted the severity, and concerns escalated when López was rushed to medical care following the fight. Doctors chose to hospitalize him for close monitoring, underscoring how serious the trauma was. Counterpunch Boxing later reported that López was dealing with significant health concerns after the bout. While full details were not immediately disclosed.
Fight the outcome, I don't think he looked great in the fight. He was missing, and his timing seemed off. He was doing...
A video shared by López himself made it clear this was not routine post-fight damage. Fans quickly shifted from discussing the result to worrying about his long-term health, realizing the situation extended far beyond a simple loss in the ring. Eddie Hearn was among those reacting to Stevenson's performance, offering high praise while acknowledging the harsh consequences. He described Shakur's display as a masterclass, highlighting his timing, conditioning, and complete skill set. Hearn noted that Stevenson's
getting hurt, he kept getting up, and he showed heart. You know, it probably would have been easy to stay down and not get your teeth shoved into your
jab and footwork made López's injured eye an unavoidable target. And once the damage set in, the fight became increasingly one-sided. This was not just a win, Hearn emphasized. It was dominance at the highest level. Claressa Shields also weighed in, immediately recognizing the brutal reality of what had transpired. She pointed to the blood left on the canvas as a visual representation of the punishment López endured. Shields praised Stevenson's precision.
Shakur looked strong, you know, Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point, his footwork was incredible, it's his timing, it's his fitness.
But did not shy away from acknowledging the danger involved, reminding fans how quickly elite skill can turn a competitive fight into a medical emergency. Shakur Stevenson himself addressed the fight afterward, reflecting calmly on the execution of his game plan. He confirmed landing clean left hands to both the body and head, shots that gradually broke López down and worsened the eye injury. Stevenson made it clear that nothing was reckless or accidental. It was calculated, controlled, and deliberate. His performance demonstrated how precision and timing...
I know boxing. and like I told y'all, we was going to see a little bit of athleticism, but we was going to see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body. And we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
Can be just as destructive as raw power. Former world champion Daniel Jacobs reacted by highlighting the clear gap in skill on display. He explained that this bout was not about toughness or willpower. López had plenty of both. Instead, it was about technique, ring IQ, and the ability to exploit weaknesses. According to Jacobs, Stevenson identified the injured eye and systematically targeted it, leaving López overwhelmed and vulnerable. Bruce Carrington echoed similar sentiments, stressing how effortless Stevenson.
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I hurt him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on a great shot.
Stevenson made everything look. From round 1, Shakur dictated the pace, punished every mistake, and shut down Lopez's adjustments. Whether Lopez tried switching stances or increasing volume, Stevenson's reflexes and counters consistently beat him to the punch. The damage around Lopez's eye was impossible to ignore, making his eventual hospitalization unsurprising. Coach Wall-Alley described the victory as legacy-defining. Stevenson didn't just win a title at 140 pounds.
Teófimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur. And I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit, it wasn't about heart, it was about sheer talent. And Shakur
dismantled a world-class opponent with surgical precision. Every jab and counter added to Lopez's injuries, reinforcing Stevenson's status as one of boxing's most complete fighters. The performance left fans in awe while serving as a chilling reminder of the physical cost that comes with competing at the elite level. In the end, this was a historic night for Shakur Stevenson, but one overshadowed by concern for Teófimo López. Courage alone could not protect him from the damage inflicted, and his hospitalization served as a sobering reminder of how unforgiving the sport can be when brilliance meets vulnerability inside the ring. The boxing
made it easy. You know, I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not going to work, bro. That's not going to, you're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round 1 for him.
The boxing world is still processing what unfolded when Shakur Stevenson dismantled Teófimo López in a performance that was equal parts brilliance and brutality. While the scorecards told one story, the aftermath revealed a far more sobering reality. As López was hospitalized with a serious eye injury following the bout, reactions poured in from fighters, analysts, and promoters, all pointing to the same conclusion. This was a clinical domination that highlighted both Stevenson's greatness and the unforgiving nature of the sport. Devin Haney was among the first to weigh in, noting that something about
I'm very excited. You know, I said this was another legacy fight for him, and
Absolutely.
he got a chance to, you know, establish his legacy once again, winning another title at 140 pounds. So I'm very enthusiastic about his future and very proud of his performance.
Appeared off with Lopez from the opening bell. According to Haney, Shakur recognized it immediately and capitalized without hesitation. Crisp jabs, sharp counters, and flawless timing repeatedly found their mark, worsening the damage around Lopez's eye and leaving him visibly hurt as the rounds progressed. Haney praised Stevenson's composure and focus, emphasizing that this wasn't chaos or chance. It was calculated dismantling. While Lopez showed undeniable toughness by staying upright, Shakur's skill and precision made the outcome inevitable, ultimately explaining why Lopez ended the night.
At the end of the day, if you look at interviews before the fight, I was saying that, you know, something looked off about him. He looked like he just wasn't really focused on the fight. He said my name before the fight more than he even said.
Under medical supervision, Bruce Carrington echoed those sentiments, calling Stevenson's performance complete dominance from start to finish. From the first round, Shakur's reflexes and counterpunching kept Lopez permanently on the back foot. Every attempted advance was met with sharp punishment, and each clean combination further compromised Lopez's already damaged eye. Carrington noted how effortless Stevenson made everything look, turning what many expected to be a competitive fight into a showcase of elite timing, accuracy, and ring IQ. In his view, the bout cemented Stevenson's status as one of boxing's most dangerous and complete.
Shakur looked phenomenal, you know, dominant performance. Just what do you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. You know, I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's that's not gonna work, bro. You're not gonna take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur got the
fighters. Watching the fight unfold, Claressa Shields couldn't hide her reaction. She pointed out that Stevenson appeared to dominate nearly every round, controlling exchanges with surgical precision. Lopez struggled to keep pace, absorbing repeated clean shots that caused visible swelling and bleeding around his eyes. Shields emphasized how Stevenson's footwork and combination punching consistently put Lopez in harm's way, eventually leading to his hospitalization. Beyond the result, she praised the discipline and focus Stevenson displayed, framing the fight as another chapter in a story defined by perseverance, brilliance, and elite-level execution. Edgar Berlanga also broke down the performance, marveling at how Stevenson systematically picked
emphatically 119, I think, to 109 was the scorecard, so basically like 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
One, shout out to New York. The true Bruce Carrington, he's world champion now. I'm so proud of him. Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever, and to see him a world champion tonight, I was bawling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He shine every time he come out. To see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he get a 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz.
Lopez apart round after round. Every punch seemed intentional, aimed at exposing weaknesses and compounding the damage. Berlanga highlighted how Shakur blended power, timing, and intelligence, never wasting movement or shots. What impressed him most was the control. Stevenson dictated distance, pace, and rhythm, leaving Lopez overwhelmed and unable to adjust. This wasn't just another win, Berlanga said. It was a statement that reinforced why Stevenson is considered one of the most technically gifted fighters in the sport. Backstage, Keyshawn Davis admitted he was blown away by what he witnessed. He described Lopez as outmatched from the...
Easy work. My brother Shakur spanked his ass 12 rounds like I told him he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my brother, man. He did his thing, man. What stood out the most with Shakur right now? Say it again? What stood out the most with Shakur? Huh? What stood out the most with Shakur tonight versus Teófimo? Wait, what you said? What stood out the most? Oh, Shakur. I already knew he was going to box his ass out. Like, he was going to box him out. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? Shakur's a special talent in the sport of boxing, man, and he's been like that since the amateur.
Opening rounds, taking clean shot after clean shot, as Stevenson steadily broke him down. Davis emphasized how Shakur made the fight look easy, transforming what could have been a tense matchup into a complete dismantling. He also noted the implications moving forward, mentioning Stevenson's post-fight call-out of Conor Benn and the potential blockbuster matchups ahead. For Davis, the fight was proof of Shakur's elite precision and the physical toll he can impose on opponents. Promoter Eddie Hearn offered perhaps the most sobering assessment. He pointed to Stevenson's total control, his footwork, shot selection, and timing as the defining factors of the fight. Lopez was constantly frustrated.
Bro, I'm just going crazy. Like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Teo up. Like, it's not even a close fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just happy for him. Super happy for him.
Man, he called out Conor Benn. You guys both trying to maybe co-main and main event in the UK with all these UK guys?
Hey, man, how big this event was, bro. Like, I ain't tripping.
And battered, particularly around the eye that ultimately required hospitalization. Hearn stressed that this performance wasn't about toughness or luck. It was pure skill. He even suggested Stevenson could have stopped the fight if he wanted, underscoring just how dominant the showing was. When all was said and done, the message was clear. Shakur Stevenson didn't just defeat Teófimo López, he dismantled him. Every jab, counter, and combination chipped away until the damage became undeniable. It was a masterclass in precision, timing, and control, and fans are still talking about how effortlessly Stevenson dictated the fight. Performances like this are why Shakur is considered one of boxing's most complete fighters today. If you haven't watched it yet, this is a fight you need to see.
To be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur. Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teófimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teófimo looked like frustrated, just obviously he was busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
Stay tuned for more Shakur Stevenson highlights, reactions, and future matchups. And the question now is simple. Who should he face next?